Hi, MH Forrest, off-grid entrepreneur, the meaning of life, here in Phuket in Thailand at the Big Buddha. The reason the Big Buddha is for the big reveal, which is what is the true nature of life? What is the true nature of reality? So I thought I'd start in my book, The Meaning of Life. I have a bit or a quotation by Terence McKenna. He was a good friend of Rupert Sheldrake, the famous British biologist. What he said is that modern science is based on the principle, give us one free miracle and we'll explain the rest. The one free miracle is the appearance of all the mass and energy in the universe and all the laws that govern it in a single instant from nothing. What he's obviously saying there is a huge paradox, because how did all of this, how did all the molecules and atoms derive from zero, from absolutely nothing? This is a rabbit out of the hat trick, but it isn't a conjuring trick. It's an actual genuine miracle of something from nothing. Now this is the thing, it can be explained, but it's a little bit counterintuitive. So what we have is, well, was, is and will always be, is nothing, as in no thing. That means literally nothing, and therefore nothing can come of nothing. So how this works is that nothing embeds within it infinite possibilities. Now, provided that they never become something, then there's no breach of that rule that you're not allowed to become something from nothing. So the infinite possibilities actually includes infinite intelligence and intent. And what that allows is the creation through the mind that it is of what our perceived reality is, including all the alters, in other words, what we are in our minds, without infringing the rule that you're not allowed to be anything other than nothing. Now this sounds like it can't be real because we feel as though it's real and therefore it's an illusion. But here's the thing, illusions have a reality. So when you're playing a game like Pacman, even though that game, you know it's an illusion, or you know at least that it's not real and you're just playing a character part and there's no pain involved, it's still actually dedicating your time within linear time in playing that game. And so therefore, even though you know that it's a game, it's still actually got a validity, and it's a real first-person experience. And this is exactly how it works within our reality, where we reside in a singularity, which is also non-local consciousness. And this permits us, within the illusion of linear time, to be able to operate and manipulate within that reality, whereby actually we are all part of the one. Now this is why it's no coincidence that I'm with the Buddha today, because obviously he declared that our reality is an illusion. Now they call this idealism and I call it mindism, because it's kind of more than an idea, but it is still from our mind an infinite intelligence. Now you can call it God, you can call it universal consciousness, you can call it source, you can call it void, although void would imply the nothingness without the becoming, which is with the wave function collapse, which is our mathematical universe of the perceived physical reality, although there is a non-physical reality realm that also resides outside of the singularity of the source. Now, if you're not familiar with what I'm saying right here, this might sound as though it's so counterintuitive that it can't be true. But this is where my book comes in, because the book uses abductive instead of inductive reasoning, which is the same as what a doctor would use for a diagnosis. And it allows, through mass evidence, converging lines of evidence, to create the case that shows that there is no alternative other than the fact we live in an incredible reality, which is nothing and yet at the same time everything, but the everything still always remains the nothing. So for more information, if you visit my website, which is www.mhforrest.com, or there's a YouTube channel which is MH Forrest, The Meaning of Life, and a more simplified version which is The Simple Truth, which carries the same messages and the same truths in a more simplified form. And there's a book that's upcoming called The Simple Truth for this very reason as well.
Streets of gold.
So thank you for your time and namaste.